Wish Tree by Katherine Applegate. For newcomers and for welcomers. Be different to trees. The talking oak to the ancients spoke, but any tree will talk to me. What truths I know I garnered so, for those who want to talk and tell, and those who will not listeners be, will never hear a syllable from out the lips of any tree. It was written a very long time ago, wasn't it? It's hard to talk to trees. We're not big on chit-chat, and that's not to say we can and may do amazing things. You'll probably never do. Cradle downy owlets or steady, flimsy tree forts. Photosynthesize. Say that 3 times fast. But talk to people, not so much. And just try to get a tree to tell a good joke. Trees do talk to some folks, the ones we know we can trust. We talk to daredevil squirrels. We talk to hardworking worms. We talk to flashy butterflies and bashful moths. Birds, they're delightful. Frogs, grumps, but good-hearted. Snakes, terrible gossips. Trees, never met a tree I didn't like. Well, okay. There's that sycamore down at the corner. Yakety, yakety, yak, that one. So do we ever talk to people? Actually talk? That most peoply of people skills? Good question. Trees have a rather complicated relationship with people, after all. One minute you're hugging in it, and the next minute you're turning us into tables and tongues and, or not tongues, excuse me, tongue depressors. Perhaps you're wondering why the fact that trees talk was covered in science class during those Mother Nature is our friend lessons. Don't blame your teachers. They probably don't know that trees can talk. Most people don't. Nonetheless, if you find yourself standing near a particularly friendly looking tree or a particularly lucky feeling day, it can't hurt to listen up. Trees can't tell jokes, but we can certainly tell stories. And if all you hear is the whisper of leaves, don't worry. Most trees are introverts at heart. Okay, we're going on to chapter 2, but I want you to wonder, what is an introvert? Think about that word, Emma. What do you think introvert means? Chapter 2, names. Red, by the way. Maybe we've met. Oak tree near the elementary school. Is there an oak tree near Whitaker? Big, but not too. We have a couple of big oak trees in our yard. Sweet shade in the summer, fine color in the fall. I'm proud to say that I'm a northern red oak, also known as Quercus rubra, pardon my pronunciation. Red oaks are one of the most common trees in North America. In my neighborhood alone, hundreds upon hundreds of us are weaving our roots into the soil like knitters on a mission. I have rigid reddish gray bark, leathery leaves with pointed lobes, stubborn searching roots, and, if I do say so myself, the best fall color on the street, red. Doesn't begin to do me justice. Come October, I look like I'm ablaze. It's a miracle the fire department doesn't try to hose me down every autumn. You might be surprised to learn that all red oaks are named Red. Likewise, all sugar maples are named Sugar, and all junipers are named Juniper, and all boojum trees are named Boojum. I'm assuming that's how you pronounce it. That's how it is in tree world. We don't need names to tell others apart. No, imagine a classroom where every student is named Melvin. Imagine that poor teacher trying to take attendance each morning. It's a good thing trees don't go to school. Of course, there are exceptions to the name rule. Somewhere in Los Angeles, there's a palm tree who insists on being called Karma. But you know how Californians can be. I'm assuming this is red. Chapter 3. my fly, Lord have mercy, my friends call me Red, and you can too. But for a long time, people in the neighborhood have called me the Wish Tree. And there's a reason for this. And it goes way back to when I wasn't much more than a tiny seed with higher aspirations. Long story, every year on the first day of May, people come from all over town to adorn me with scraps of paper, bag, for my trimmers, paper tags, bits of fabric, snippets of yarn, and the occasional gem sock. Each offering represents a dream, a desire, a longing. Whether draped, tossed, or tied with a bow, they're all hopes for something better. Wish trees have a long and honorable history going back centuries. There are many in Ireland where they are usually hawthorns or the occasional ash tree, but you can find wish trees all over the world. I want you to notice something when I read there, Emma, out loud. I made mistakes, and mistakes are okay to make when you're reading out loud. You might be nervous or having different feelings. For the most part, people are kind when they visit me. They seem to understand that a tight knot might keep me from growing the way I need to grow. They're gentle with my new leaves, careful with my exposed roots. After people write their hope on a rag or a piece of paper, they tie it onto one of my branches. Usually, they whisper the wish aloud. It's tradition to wish on the first day of May, but people stop by throughout the year. My, oh my, the things I've heard. I wish for a flying skateboard. I wish for a world without war. I wish for a week without clouds. I wish for a world's biggest candy bar. I wish for a geography test, A on my geography test. I wish Mrs. Gentorini weren't so grumpy in the morning. I wish my gerbil could talk. I wish my dad could get better. I wish I weren't hungry sometimes. I wish I weren't so lonely. I wish I knew what to wish for. Wouldn't it be cool to get to pick a wish to wish for? I want to know 3 wishes you would put on the tree. So many wishes, grand and goofy, selfish and sweet. It's an honor. All the hopes bestowed upon my tired old limbs. Although by the end of May Day, I look like someone dumped a huge basket of trash right on top of me. And that's the end of chapter 3.